Welcome back to Your Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate. And it does it with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, you know that I've recommended you and your team for years. Many people interview several agents to pick the best real estate agent. Others just call the agent that sold them their home. Tell us how a home seller should pick the best real estate agent for the biggest transaction for most people in their life, and that is selling their home.
Well, Richard, not all real estate agents are the same. And most people, even though they're selling one of their largest assets, I would say many of them will just call the agent that sold them the home and give them a shot at it, which is fine. But then there are some that maybe their agent retired or they didn't have a good experience with their agent, and they start looking around and they just don't know what questions to ask. And really, if you pick the wrong agent, it could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. And most people have no idea what criteria they're supposed to use to base their decision about who is going to handle one of the largest investments in their lives. So, according to the National Association of Realtors, a majority of them just talk to one agent before they put their home on the market. And oftentimes they make that decision based on that they like the agent or they're more friendly or, it's just a kind of a gut feel thing. But they may not take into consideration kind of the empirical information of getting an agent that can help you accomplish your goals. In fact, just yesterday I was meeting with the seller and he goes, I know that pretty much any agent can sell it, but he goes, I've never heard anybody, I've sold 7 homes. I've never heard any agent say the things that you're saying to me right now. So, we actually do a full-on presentation. We give them some good information so they can make the best decision about who is going to handle one of their largest assets. Because if you get any one of the factors wrong when you go on the market, it could hurt you. Generally, a lot of buyers, especially the ones that are in the existing inventory of buyers, are just anxious to see what's new. Oh, that's a new home on the market. Maybe I should go check it out, right? But if you miss the mark by pricing it wrong, or you market it inappropriately, or you have some bad pictures, that's enough for a buyer to go, never mind, I'm not going to waste my time on that. And it's weird because back in the 90s, I know it seems like a long time ago to many of you. It really wasn't to me. But when I started in real estate, the imagery was not good enough for a buyer to make a decision about which home they would pick. They would have to go get with a real estate agent. The agent was whip out this big, thick thing that looked like a white phone book. Do you remember those, Richard? It's called the MLS.
Exactly, yeah, the MLS listings.
MLS book. Yeah. I wish I'd have kept one. So that was, and the agents knew the inventory. They controlled the inventory. They would have these things like an agent open house where they'd go look at houses. And I attended some of those back then. It was a good day to go get cookies. We usually do it right after the sales meeting every week. And, but I didn't have any buyers. So that was back then. And so I didn't know what I was doing, but it was kind of fun to go look at houses and be social with the other agents. But that's not the world that we live in today. It's completely changed. And the buyers are making a decision as to whether or not they're even going to inquire about a home based on the online pictures. Okay. That's their first step. Now, one thing the buyers don't know is there are many homes out there that aren't on the market yet. Maybe they're going to be on the market. And that's part of what we deliver to our buyers is insider access to homes they can't find on the internet. And so there's all these different stars that have to align for a home seller to decide which agent they're going to choose to pick to handle. Start that over. There's all these things that a seller should be thinking about before they decide which agent is going to handle one of the largest assets that they have. One of them is marketing. One of them is pricing. The other is expertise. And we're going to go over some of the questions that you should ask. Now, can you get a lot of this information online? Absolutely. You can go up there on many of these big tech websites like Zillow and Realtor.com. They're going to give you some really interesting automated home values. Now, whether or not they're right or not is another story. Every single home is different. If you go on Realtor.com, it will give you 3 guesstimates of your home's value. Just put your address on Realtor.com and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's under real values, I think is what it says. And there's 3 different automated data companies that are putting a price on your home, but they don't know your home. They haven't seen your home. They don't know if you have views. They don't know if you've done updates. They don't know anything about it. And that's the thing, is they're just averaging homes around. So you really can't rely on the online estimates. And in fact, these companies that did rely on it, the tech companies that got so aggressive and so boastful. Well, what is the word, Richard? I'm trying to think of.
Arrogant, maybe? Yeah, arrogant.
Yeah, some of these tech companies became so arrogant and so confident in their zestimates and their automated valuations that they went out and actually paid the price of what their automation. Oh, I'll talk right now. They went out and actually paid the price and purchased homes based on their automated valuations. And both Zillow and Open Door lost billions with a B, billions of dollars on homes that they overpaid for and then turned around 6 months later and sold them for hundreds of thousands of dollars less, because they couldn't anticipate that the Fed was going to raise the rate. They couldn't anticipate that prices weren't exactly going to keep flying high, watching the clouds go by for the next 10 years. So they made a mistake. So you really need somebody that understands the market, that's actively selling in that market all the time, that kind of has their finger on the pulse on what's going on. And, I don't really blame, at that time, I didn't blame home sellers for thinking, I still don't, thinking that real estate agents are overpaid for what they do, because the truth is they can find a little bit about pricing online. They can have nice pictures taken. They can have contracts written up and negotiate for their own deals. But at the end of the day, are they really working with somebody that's working in the market right now? I've actually had home sellers that went out and got an appraisal on a home and based their pricing on a licensed appraiser. Okay. But then when we go on the market and we use that number, guess what? It didn't sell for that amount. It wasn't even close. I had one that was off by $250,000 of what the home actually sold for. So many times I'll just tell the seller, so did the appraiser make an offer at that appraised amount? And the answer usually is no. Richard?
We're talking with Barb Schlinker. You're listening to Your Real Estate Voice. Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And you can reach her at 719-301-3900. A lot of these pitfalls Barb has learned through experience to avoid. And we're talking about giving the audience information so they can find the very best agent to sell their home. Barb, what are some other questions a home seller should be asking when they're hiring a real estate agent?
Well, to find the best agent, we actually created this free report. It's called the 10 Questions to Ask Before You Hire an Agent. Now, my name is Barb Schlinker. I'm the broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Barb has the buyer's team and the host of this show, Your Real Estate Voice. You can reach me anytime at 719-301-3900 or go to barbhasthebuyers.com. And, it's not always about commission price. There's a lot of different factors that go into deciding who's the right person to handle the sale. So in this report that we're offering, we're actually giving you some very specific questions that you can ask the agents that you're interviewing to help you make a really good decision. There's a whole bunch of agents out there that'll go in. Let's say your home is worth $600,000. The agent goes, "Oh, I can get you 800 for sure, right?" They know better or they don't. Either way, they're doing it to what we call buy your listing, where they'll say, "All right, I think I can get you a lot more." That other agent's way off in their pricing. So they promise you the moon at a price way above what it will sell for. And then when it goes on the market and the market responds by no showings, no offers, and it's just sitting on the market getting stale, if you don't do something about it quickly, it's going to hurt you, because all of these tech companies are showing every single price adjustment and how long it took to reduce the price. It's all out there online now. So you really want to go on the market with the right price, with the right marketing out of the gate. So here are some of the questions you can ask. How many buyers are you currently working with? Right now, we have 27,511 live in your home buyers on our website that have given us their contact information, plus 64 high net worth cash buyers. How likely is your company to bring a buyer to my home? We have specific stats on that. Another question that you should ask is, can I cancel my contract if I'm not satisfied or if you don't deliver what you promise? They need to have an answer for that. We offer a cancellation guarantee. And then you should ask, things like how many homes have you sold in the last few months, year, whatever, and do you have any guarantees? We actually have 6 guarantees that we offer to our sellers in writing: buyers in waiting guarantee, honest promises guarantee, communication guarantee, home sale guarantee, reality-based selling time frame and selling price guarantee, and of course the cancellation guarantee if you're not satisfied. That's what we offer our clients, because we want raving fans more than anything else, because everything on the internet must be true, right, Richard?
That's what some people believe.
So that way we want happy customers. So if you are thinking of making a move, give us a call at 719-301-3900. Or if you want to download that free report, the 10 questions you should ask before hiring a real estate agent, go to barbhasthebuyers.com and download that thing right now. Richard?
Barb, we've got limited time here, but I'll tell you what, we've got time for your hot new listings. Lightning round. Tell us about these homes.
All right, here we go. Beautiful rancher on Crystal Mountain in the Powers Corridor. Spectacular home on 1 acre on Escalante Court, down in Pueblo West. Absolutely stunning patio home in Paradise Villas in the mid-5s. Very well-priced home, very private patio home. Another beautiful townhome in the southwest part of town on Britain, priced in the low 4s. A great home on 60 acres with all kinds of barns and stuff on Loppy Road in the low 5s. A beautiful home in the northwest part of town on Native Circle in the low 5s. Another great home on 2 acres, Rock Creek Mesa. A amazing Victorian reproduction in District 20 on Rocky Heights, 80921, School District 20, priced in at $870, and a spectacular custom home on Mohawk Heights, priced at $2.5 million, 85 acres. This is the most beautifully engineered, stunning home you've ever seen. And sneak peek coming soon. There's a whole bunch of great properties we have about to hit the market. One on Woodlake Road, beautiful home on 5 acres under 500,000, and many, many more. To find out about all of our sneak peek homes, go to barbhasthebuyers.com or give us a call at 719-301-3900. Richard?
I'll remind you, Barb Schlinker is the only agent I recommend when you're thinking of making a move. You've been listening to Your Real Estate Voice, airs every weekend with Barb Schlinker of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And as I said, it's your real estate voice. Give Barb a call if you're thinking of making that move. It's 719-301-3900, or just visit barbhasthebuyers.com. And you can see replays of the show on Barb's YouTube channel. And you can find that by going to barbhasthebuyers.com, or you can also go to listen to the podcast on all of the popular platforms like Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, many, many others. Thank you for listening. And to reach out to Barb, again, give her a call at 719-301-3900. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend. Barb, talk to you next week.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.